Good afternoon and welcome to Global Village Media and to our Valentine's Week Wellbeing series, Love in All Its Forms. Now, throughout this series, we've been exploring love beyond the surface, not just romance or celebration, but the deeper emotional realities that shape how we connect, how we cope, and how we grow. Now, because love is not only about who walks into our lives, it's also about how we respond when things do not go as planned. And that brings us to today's conversation. And today's conversation is rewriting the story of love after disappointment. Now, disappointment in love can shake more than a relationship. Sometimes it can shake identity, it can shake confidence, it can shake faith or the way a person sees themselves. And sometimes heartbreak doesn't just end a chapter, it rewrites the narrative that we carry about our worth. And today we're exploring what it really means to consciously rewrite that story. How do you move forward without bitterness? How do you rebuild hope without pretending that you're not hurt? And how do you separate what happened from who you are? And to help me make sense of all of this topic today, I'm joined by Esther Samson. Good evening and good afternoon, Esther, and thank you for joining us on this Wellbeing series.
Good evening.
Thank you. Now, let me give you a proper introduction. Now, Esther is a multi-published author whose work beautifully explores themes of resilience, relationships, migration, and new beginnings. Born in Kano, Nigeria, and now based in Germany, Esther writes both contemporary fiction and faith-based self-help books that speaks to life's struggles, healing, and renewal. She is also a certified personal development coach and founder of initiatives that support individuals in overcoming limiting beliefs and rediscovering purpose. Her work sits right at the intersection of story, identity, and emotional restoration, which makes her the perfect voice for this conversation. So once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Now, before we go into the questions, Esther, I want to challenge a few common assumptions, okay? And please just let us know if they are myths or assumptions or not. So first myth, if it didn't work out, it means I failed.
No, you did not fail.
Thank you. Strong people move on quickly.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say 72% of the time, yes.
Disappointment means love isn't for me.
Wrong.
Good. And if I open up again, I'll just get hurt again.
Wrong.
Right. All right, good. Thank you. So today we are unpacking these beliefs and we are exploring what it really means to heal, to grow, and to love again without losing yourself in the process. All right, good. So Esther, let me start by saying this, that Valentine's Day can be joyful for some people and obviously it can be painful for others. When you think about love after disappointment, what emotions do you think many people are quietly around?
Thank you, sir, for that question. That's really thought-provoking. Thank you. So I think in a time like this, when people think of Valentine's Day, especially those who have had their hearts broken, they are quietly carrying grief, going around grief, and it feels like someone who has lost something. And they walk by the shops, they see the flowers, the chocolates, the roses, the hearts, and their hearts break again because they are walking around with this loss, this heavy loss inside of them. They are walking around with, I would say, a lot of feeling down, blaming themselves, feeling like failures, which shouldn't be the case.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. So, because and like you said, people are carrying those emotions of loneliness, shame, confusion, anger. Yeah, and as a writer and a coach, you've seen how people narrate their own lives. So what stories do people often tell themselves after love doesn't work out?
I think from the things I've seen, when love doesn't work out, the first thing is, oh, I failed at this, I'm to blame, or they also blame the other person. And you hear things like, oh, I'm just going to move on to the other one. What's my business? There's so many fishes in the water. And that's the thing. And then you find yourself going this emotional roller coaster, emotional circle, making the same mistakes because you never sat down with yourself. You never sat down to reflect, to think, okay, this has happened to me. I'm a spiritual being in a physical world. I'm being affected by these things. How do I react to it? What is this thing telling me? Why did it happen? Did I play a role? Did they play a role? Is there a way that I can move past this? What is this telling me? Especially if it's happening maybe for the 5th time in the same circle.
Yeah, that's good. And I like what you said there. So it's about asking yourself and not necessarily blaming yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, good. Because that blame, talking to yourself, that voice could be very, very powerful, isn't it? And you're telling yourself a lot of things that are not necessarily true, but powerful, and then they could affect you in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Thanks. So still sticking to your storytelling. So in your fiction and self-help work, disappointment often brings a turning point, isn't it? You often see a turning point after disappointment. Now, what changes when someone stops seeing heartbreak as a failure and they start seeing it as a new chapter?
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, there is something I always say is knowing how to fail forward. You feel I failed, I made a mistake. But what if this mistake is just telling you that you need more experience? You need more skill in that area. You need is telling you that yes, this is a chapter of your life that you have failed, but you can go back. You can shut the door to yesterday's pain and use this opportunity to start again. Because it's just like you say, like I write books and I can say, oh, the villain died in Birmingham, or I can say he didn't die, he had an accident, and in like 6 months we saw him again in Russia. So another chapter has opened. Although he was hurt, but he healed and we saw him again in another place. So I think people should learn how to fail forward. People should see that these things can happen to anybody. It can happen. Love, fail, disappointment in love can happen to anybody. It takes two to tango. And oftentimes when you're not in that relationship where the second person is putting in the same amount of work that you are putting, there might be a gap. Some emotional needs are not met, and also no human being can meet all the emotional needs of a person. And so this is where we are sometimes in the world today, and it leads to all these losses and one finding themselves heartbroken and at this chapter where they are feeling like a failure, and then they need to start all over again.
And I think there's a lot of that relieves a lot of emotional pressure there,
Yes.
when you shift that kind of mindset. Good, thank you. Now, how does culture, faith, and upbringing shape the way we interpret romantic disappointment, especially for women and also people in the diaspora?
Oh God, I think first of all, I'll just take it one after the other. And I think it does, culture, for example, especially for us in the diaspora, I think it does more harm than good, because for most people here, women, when the way they interpret the emotional drain or disappointment, first of all, you have this communal pressure, and everyone is like, oh, did you hear John and Rose? They've gotten divorced. They used to be lovey-dovey, and oh, we thought they were gonna last. And there's just this gossip instead of support. This person has no time to heal because it's just a kind of communal gossip. There is not really especially in the African community, no much support. There's just a lot of stigma, stereotyping, judgment going on, and things like that. And so then when you come to the upbringing part, for many of us from the Afrocentric land, you realize that we also have this pressure from family. It's like you got married for your family.
Yeah.
You can't heal properly. You're even afraid. Some people, they got separated for years. They can't say it because if I say it, I might not be allowed to come back to the family meeting. They might, so many things are happening. So at the end of the day, you probably have just fate left. And fate is telling you that, okay, it has happened. Bad things happen even to good people, but you have the chance to, heal. And again, also, the thing is that sometimes when you interpret fate in another way, you have to be resilient. Especially when in the church it's preached, oh, you need to be strong, don't show emotions. But no, you are an emotional being. You have to. I'm a Christian. I love God. I'm a believer, but I feel that the God that I follow wants you to express yourself. He wants you to heal. He wants you to cry it out, even as a man. Many men are under pressure. They have silent depressions. They want to cry. They can't cry because society has told them you must be strong. So they're not healing properly.
That's just really important. That's a really deep point because so much enormous pressure. Because of these expectations about like you said, marriage expectations, maybe from the parents, time, and yes, you're redeemed that you haven't succeeded in a relationship if it doesn't last. So you've made some really, really important and valid points there. Thank you. What have migration and major life transitions taught you about love, loss, and starting again?
Oh, thank you so much, sir. So we all know that migration, we move to another country, we leave so many things behind, and we have so many major transitions like starting a new career in a new country, divorce, getting married again, having kids, loss, and so many things. I believe that it teaches one so much. It tests your character, shows you that you are stronger. It also opens up new opportunities for you in new places, unfamiliar territories, helps you to reveal another form of adaptability inside of you because you find yourself in a new environment and then you see that you are adapting to a new culture. It's shaping something inside of you, is exposing something, building, renewing, giving you also new possibilities to grow yourself and things like that. And in regards to loss, as when we find ourselves, for example, in diaspora, it can be a lonely journey. It can be a very lonely journey because you're far from home. You have nobody, especially when you come to a new country and you lose your job or perhaps your settlement, your documents, residence, you don't secure them on time. Many people find themselves on the street. They have no support. And, even when they see a fellow African like us, some of them are afraid because of maybe bad experiences and then they don't really want to help. So you just find yourself lost in this tunnel, asking, when is the light going to come? How can I come out? So it's a win-win. It's a good situation sometimes, and it's also we deal with a lot of bad experience during this transition. While for others, it can lead to a major positive explosion, and you see themselves saying, oh, I left Nigeria and now I'm abroad. I'm a medical doctor. I'm a lawyer. I bought my first house. I'm investing. My kids are going to good school. They speak well. They have so much. So it's yes. So that's the things I have to say.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, but in that beginning, it does sound quite lonely.
Yes.
A lonely and a stressful journey. That sounds to be good. Now let's look at limiting beliefs and what's regarded as emotional traps. Now, because after disappointment, people often adopt quiet beliefs like maybe love isn't for me or I've missed my chance. Why are these beliefs so powerful and so damaging at the same time?
Okay, Thank you so much, sir. These beliefs are powerful because I believe that, like I said, we are spirit beings on living in a human earth,
Yeah.
and one has to be careful everything you say. Do you know that there are some times when you just keep saying a particular word? Oh, I think I'm stupid. I think I'm a failure. I think I'm dumb. And you are working on a project. I'm telling you, sir, you might not be able to finish that project successfully because you've already used your thoughts to shape the outcome of what happens to you, because your brain is plastic. It's processing everything. And as it's processing it, it's telling you that this is who you are. So many times people get into these situations and they are so heartbroken, so down, and they feel, oh, love is not for me, it cannot work, I'm useless, I just look at me, how I look. But no, I feel it has happened.
Yes.
Forgive yourself. Don't say, oh, I think I'm a narcissist, I think I'm this. Just sit down and do the inner work. Where do I have to change? Where do I have to work on my character? Where do maybe this is a time for me to pursue purpose, to find who I am, what I was actually sent to this earth to do. Because I believe that so many people, I was speaking to a friend recently, I said, people are going to go to heaven. And then the master will say, what did I send you to do? But they were doing, they were chasing relationships and marriage. No. There are greater things to achieve in the world. Yes, marriage is wonderful if God blesses it, you will with it, a good partner. But it is beyond. We carry great potentials.
Yes.
And so that is it. So this time can be a time of refocus to find out who you are, to develop yourself into becoming the right person. And I'm telling you, when you develop yourself, your character and everything about you, when the potentials come, you might even attract something much better.
But just to be aware, isn't it, of those things that those beliefs that we are telling ourselves.
Yes.
Because like you said, they come at a very high emotional cost.
Yes.
Especially if they're negative.
Yes.
Absolutely, very good. Thank you for that. And from your coaching work, how can you sometimes recognize when a belief is either protecting someone from pain, but at the same time blocking their future?
I think most time is, for example, I have gone through a lot of pain, and one thing I recognized was I became extremely introverted. I hated people and I couldn't just trust people. I suspected them, every little thing. If they should say something that someone who hurt me had said before, I'll say, oh, red flag, oh, and one has to be careful. That's a trauma wall that you've built. It's secret. You might not know, but if you're someone that you're really self-aware, you do. I do something, and I hope people will do it. So I do something I call self-check with myself. I self-check myself all the time, and so it's helping me to recognize this distrust will not help you to relate to people. If you are pursuing a contract, you are pursuing more clients. They don't want you to be distrusting them all the time. No, they need someone of integrity. They need someone to trust them, at least to a point. Yes, so these are the things, sometimes, this pain makes you anxious. You can imagine you are at a gathering and someone just comes and they want to shake your hand and you just elbow them because you feel nobody should touch you. Oh God, they're gonna say this person having a mental. And they'll tell you, don't invite them again. I know our community, they'll say, oh, that one, no go. So one has to really take this thing. Pain can be bad, and also it can be a compass. It can be a compass that you will use to get out of the tunnel and just say, okay, I'm building myself again. It will take me time, but I have learned, lesson learned, and I'm doing things better.
Yeah, well done. Good, well done. And yes, because sometimes self-protection looks like wisdom, isn't it? It looks like wisdom, but until it becomes avoidance and you're avoiding people, and then you begin to develop those traits that are not quite positive.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Thank you. And also let's look at, because you've mentioned your faith. So your faith-based writings also, you talk about new beginnings. Emotionally, what does true new beginning actually look like beyond time passing?
Okay. Thank you so much for that question. Most of the time when people hear new beginnings, just like you said, they say, oh, time heal all wounds. No, that's not really what I mean when I talk about new beginnings. For me, the first thing is closing the door to the pain of yesterday. It takes a lot of boldness for you to say, I'm ready to walk through this door. Because I was telling someone, I said, healing will never start unless you take the first step. And it takes dedicated efforts. It's not just sitting down and saying time. I don't think time will not heal all wounds. And that's why you see people are still depressed. They sit down and they are still rehearsing all the pain. And the issue is, the more you rehearse this pain, it stays stuck in your heart, in your liver, in your head. You have constant headaches, you're having stomach pain, you're having anxiety and panic attacks because you cannot close the door to yesterday's pain. So new beginning, first of all, is you taking that bold step and saying, okay, this has happened to me. This has happened to me, but I'm ready to take the baby steps, the action steps. If you can go for therapy, go to therapy. If you can go for therapy, then sit with God every day. God, do you really exist? If you really exist, I'm here. Pour out your heart. Don't be afraid to cry. Go for some long walks, travel, take in fresh air, say positive things to yourself. Believe in yourself again. Know that, just look at yourself in the mirror. You are a complex being, but time was taken to make you, to create you. Wow. Just because you lost that relationship, that love, doesn't mean the world has ended. No.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, better things are waiting for you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And so you mentioned something there, that they keep rehearsing their pain.
Yes.
They keep rehearsing their pain. But how do they know? Maybe they're trying to reflect on the pain, or they're trying to reflect on the past. But how could you differentiate between, okay, reflecting, or as you said, rehearsing the pain?
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir. Like I said, I used to do that because I always practice what I preach. And in those days, when I was still locked up in my pain, I would sit down, sometimes outside my house, or when I go for work, and all I do is, I wish something bad happened to them. Just look at what they did. They did this at so year, and then I would cry, and I would, and then I realized I would have that whole week headaches, chest pain. I can't eat. So many things was happening to me emotionally. And that's what it does. And it reduces your lifespan. You get sick. If you can research about this. But I realized at the time I started sitting down to do the inner work, to reflect. Wow, it happened to me. Okay, this thing happened to me. How do I move past here? You know what? I forgive them. I forgive them. I forgive myself for doing that. I don't need a time machine. I don't want a time machine to go back. Because before I would rehearse, if I had a time machine, this is what I would do. No, I don't need. Because the more I rehearse, I noticed that I was losing time. But the more I reflect, I was stewarding and stirring myself into a new beginning and starting over again, which was giving me a chance for new possibilities.
Of course, yeah, definitely. Very good, thank you. And how can faith or spirituality help people release disappointment without forcing positivity or without forcing that denial?
Yes, first of all, is you sitting down and understanding these emotions. You don't need to deny them. It's just like when you cut your finger. Ouch, it hurts. It hurts. Let it out. Let it out. And I remember I was in a seminar recently, and someone said, sometimes, if only some pastors knew that when some people had some heartbreaks, they go to them the first thing, yes, pray, but don't just focus on prayers. Maybe I just need you to hug me. I need a hug.
That's true, though. That's so true. Yeah.
20 hugs.
Yeah.
So you're releasing. You're releasing this emotion. You're there. Maybe if you're there and you feel, okay, God, this is me. I just want to pour out my heart to you. This is what is happening. But I believe that tomorrow holds a new day.
Yeah.
I know it's not going to be easy. I don't know when I'll come out of this, but I just want to release this emotion. And every time when you release it, whether through speaking, whether through crying, one day you will get better.
And I think that the balance between hope and honesty is very important.
Yes.
Within that process. Good. Thank you. So if someone is listening to you today, someone's listening right now, feeling stuck in disappointment, what is one inner shift that can help them start to rewrite their story?
Well, one inner shift that will help them to rewrite their story, I would say, is to see their story as a growth process. To see that they are stuck here, but if they want, they can move forward. That's if they want. If they want to. The effort has to come from them. The decision has to come from them. And they have to say, I don't want to sit down here any longer. So it has to do with a lot of self-awareness, a lot of self-effort, to saying that this issue happened, this mistake happened, this love relationship, it didn't work. How do I find help now? And getting up from that stage of stagnation.
Very, very meaningful. And even, let's say somebody, maybe friends or family members of somebody in that situation. Have you got a word what maybe family or close friends, how they could support the person in that situation?
Yes, I think to those people who are having heartbreak, this is not a time for you to tell your brother, your sister, your cousin, oh, I told you so.
I told you so.
No.
Yes.
Just keep your opinions to yourself for this time. The main thing is this person needs a shoulder to cry on.
Absolutely.
And you don't also need to, I would say, push or rub their ego. But just be a support system. Whenever they call, let your line be open for some time. Listen. It is not a time to tell them about your own love story that didn't work in 1960.
Yeah. Or to rub your own love, to rub it.
Exactly. So that's it. So because you're on the 14th now, so many people are having pressure, and they're thinking it's Valentine. Oh, I'm not in a relationship. Oh, the roses, the balloons, the cake, the blah blah. No, you don't need to give yourself so much pressure. And
absolutely.
For those who are really down, family members should please support them, to be there for them, hold their hands and say, come, let's go out. Let's have a cookout. Let's go to the coffee shop or wherever. I'm there for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And someone was saying in part of this series the other day that Valentine is not always about, the partners or the spouses showing themselves love. It could be a family member. It could be a colleague.
Yes.
It could be a friend. Because it's just about showing love, isn't it? Showing that emotion of love to another person. Thanks for that. Okay. Now, what questions should people ask themselves to move from? Why did this happen to me? Or to what is this shaping in me?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I think people should actually ask themselves questions like, is this testing my character? What are the lessons learned? These are the things I always ask myself. What are the lessons learned? And for someone like me who is faith-based, I always ask God, are you trying to teach me something? Are you trying to show me something? Is these things trying to show me something? I also do a lot of self-reflection and notice that it grows characters or potentials in me I never knew existed. Yes, it also shows me that, perhaps I used to be too blunt. the world is sometimes not ready for you to share all your opinions, especially if you want to have a good relationship. A professor once told me, he said there are ways to tell someone they are stupid without telling them you are stupid. That's so.
They say that's true.
And so when you find yourself in certain situations after a love breakup, you will also learn certain languages, how to speak, how to relate better with people, how to be more diplomatic, so that you can have something long lasting. So it's actually teaching us a lot.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good. But before we move on with the next question, please share with the viewers and the listeners about some of your work, where they can get your books and so forth. Yeah.
Wow. So I write, like I said, I write contemporary fictions. There's one on migration, is 2 sequels. It's Journey to the Unknown and Love in the Northern Sahara. I also have Calling the Unqualified, Ignite Your Authority and Fulfill Your God-Given Mandate, is a faith-based book. I also have a new one that I just released, Unmasking the Devil's Lies, and it's mainly about people who have gone through a lot of traumatic situations where they believe so many lies about them, the labeling, coming from dysfunction, and them growing up in this environment that tells them nothing good can ever come out from you.
Wow.
I used to be someone like that, but look at me today, thank God, and I'm still growing. And I also have other books. For example, I have The Trials of a Woman. I have also Dealing with Insecurities, and I also released my first children's book.
Okay.
Month.
Good.
Yes, Dancing in the Rain, and it's about creative thinking and just encouraging little kids to pursue their dreams.
Okay, well, good stuff. And congratulations on all your success. And please share with where people can get where they can pick up.
Yes, you can get the book on Amazon UK, on Amazon worldwide. You can also get it on Seller, SELAR. You can get it on Seller, and next month, by the ending of March, on the 28th, I'll also be in London with a very dear friend of mine, Becca Salau, and we'll be having an indoor intimate worship and also a book launch. So if you'd like to join us, that would be amazing.
And then the name again, share the name with them so that they can...
Yes, so it's Becca Salau and Esther Samson. It's an intimate worship and a collaborative book launch, and it will be holding at 465 New Cross Road, Deptford, London. SE146TA. Yes.
Thank you. And then you can search for Esther's work. That's Esther Samson. You can search for her work on Amazon.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Esther. So as we begin to close, now, if Valentine's Day were about honoring emotional growth rather than romantic status, what would you want people to celebrate in themselves this year?
This year I would say celebrate yourself. Think of 2 years ago, where was I? Maybe you were downcast and you were in the hospital. For example, 3 years ago I was very sick, and so I'm like, oh wow. So thank God I'm healthy. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your health, celebrate the new thing that happened in your family, celebrate the career change. Celebrate that you are more in a happy space, mentally, emotionally. So celebrate that. It's not really, don't just think, oh, something is empty, I don't have a man in my house, I don't have a woman in my house. Go out, go to the pub, go to the coffee shop, go to the restaurant. Don't eat too much, but just enjoy yourself, have fun. Absolutely. That's really good. Everybody deserves to recognize themselves. Yeah, we could. Thank you. And what does loving again? What does that really mean? And not necessarily loving someone else, but loving life, loving yourself, loving possibility again. Yes, loving again is just seeing hope, seeing that hope is sure, hope is available. That's what I believe in, and I hope that you believe in it again. And don't think that, oh, it's just some fairy tale. No, it isn't. It's just little drop in the cup fills it up.
Yes, true. I like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I really, really
You're welcome.
appreciate your insight and your wisdom. So thank you very much, Esther. Now, as we come to the end of this conversation, it's worth noting that love after disappointment is not about pretending that you're not hurt. It's not about rushing to prove that you've moved on. And it's certainly not about shrinking your standards or silencing your needs just to avoid being alone. What we've explored today is something a lot more deeper. Disappointment can rewrite you, but it doesn't have to reduce you. Heartbreak can either harden your heart or it can refine your understanding of yourself. And the difference often lies in the story that you choose to tell. Is it a story of failure, or is it a story of growth, clarity, and becoming? Now, Esther has reminded us that chapters end, but identity doesn't. That fate, culture, and life transitions may shape how we interpret loss, but they don't have to define our future. And that loving again isn't only about opening your heart to someone else, it's about reopening your heart to hope, to possibility, and yourself. So as part of this Valentine's Week Wellbeing series, Love in all its forms, perhaps one of the real invitation is this: what story are you ready to rewrite? Because love at its healthiest is not just about who stays, it's about who becomes. So thank you once again, Esther. Please, could you share one final word with the listeners, with the viewers?
Thank you too. Thank you too. Okay. Hi, viewers. Thank you so much for listening. What do I want to say? Okay, I just want to say love exists. Love is already inside of you if you allow it. It's not always emotional, like people say. It's something that you really need to invest in and grow. Love can happen to you. It doesn't matter if you are 40, 50, 60, 70, you can experience love again. Not the fickle love, love that lasts, love that impacts each other. But it takes mutual combined efforts. And look beyond the physical appearance. See the purpose. Where are you both going to together? See 10 years from now. And I believe that that will help you to make better choices in your next relationship. And just enjoy it. Don't overthink it. Don't always write, oh, he twitched his eyes, that's a red flag. Just so I wish you all the best in your love endeavors, and see you next time.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Esther. And thank you to everyone listening and watching across the Global Village Media Network. Now, if this conversation resonated with you, please share it, reflect on it, and most importantly, be gentle with yourself as you grow. Until next time, keep choosing awareness, keep choosing healing, and keep choosing love in all its forms. And also remember that in a world where you can be anything that you want to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Thank you, and remain blessed.